Are you currently working towards getting a high-level credit card, such as an Amex Gold or an Amex Platinum? Well, in this video today, I'm going to be discussing what it takes to get these cards. I'm going to also be discussing some things you need to watch out for and be mindful of before you get these cards. Now, before we start, I want to introduce myself. My name is Kenny Johnson. I operate a credit repair company here in Montreal, Quebec, but we operate all across Canada. We have clients in every province. If you need help with your credit, send us an email, info@kennyjohnsonuniversity.com. You can also give us a call Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern at 438-803-1002. So let's go ahead and jump right into the topic. You currently desire to have a high-level credit card, such as an Amex Platinum or Amex Gold. Now, what I want you to be wary of is that these cards have high annual fees. Even some of CIBC's or the other top five banks in Canada's top tier cards. And what you'll notice with those banks is that all their top cards are black. Okay, and this is a marketing ploy. It's to make you feel important. So usually they're a different color. They're not red or blue. They're usually black, gold, or silver, which is what we notice with Amex and Platinum. But this is all marketing to make you feel like you've elevated yourself in a different financial position to what you were prior. But we need to understand that credit does not add any value immediately to us. Now, obviously, if you're a business owner, you having access to capital or credit is going to help you because you can invest it and you know that you have a pretty good plan to make money off of it. But for the average consumer, these cards are marketed to you to encourage you to spend more and to take on higher amounts of debt and to pay high interest fees. Okay, so I always want to make sure I communicate this first because people just jump at these cards thinking that it's going to change their life. But if you're going to get one of these cards, you need to make sure that it financially makes sense. So when we're first starting out, we want to get a card that has a $0 annual fee. I like to consider this like your bike with training wheels. It's you taking the time to really master using a credit card and get used to actually being able to pay it off. I highly recommend that you have this card for at least 2 years and you test yourself to see, hey, can I make sure I keep my utilization below 10%? Can I avoid late payments? Now you've done it. Now, by you having this card for 2 years, you're building a relationship with your bank, but you're also proving to yourself that you can actually manage having a credit card. Once you get to this point, you further your relationship with this bank, then you can move up to one of those higher tier cards. But you cannot forget, these cards require you to have a certain amount of income. Again, that income requirement is also a marketing ploy. You having access to one of these cards is not going to change your life. So a lot of times they'll say you need to have an individual income of 60K or a household income of $100,000. So CIBC is famous. They do this, but all the banks do this. They want you to have a minimum income. Okay. And this isn't to protect you, the consumer. This is to, again, to make you feel as if you have elevated yourself in status amongst society. Okay. I've seen plenty of credit reports to know that just because you have a higher level credit card doesn't mean that you have earned more income or made more money financially, right? So again, we want to be smart. That's why I always say start with that $0 annual fee credit card, test yourself. And then once you're eligible or you build a relationship with your bank, then you can move up to one of those higher level credit cards. But before we even apply for that, let's say, for example, Amex Gold or Amex Platinum, you have to do the math. And what's that math? That's you doing the calculations on if the rewards or the cash back are going to cover the annual fee. Because if it does not, then it does not make sense for you to get access to that card. Okay. So for example, I love using cashback credit cards, but I'm only going to pay an annual fee for that card if the cashback that I receive from that card is going to cover the annual fee associated with the credit card. Because if not, you're at a loss. Also, it doesn't make sense if you're not paying your credit card off in full, because on top of the annual fee that you're paying for that credit card, you're also paying interest to that credit card. So the bank is beating you at the game that they pretty much control. Okay, so again, before you get one of these credit cards, you have to do the math. That's why I say start out with the $0 annual fee, because not only are you building a relationship, not only are you building your credit, but you're able to see how much you're spending with that credit card. You're able to take that information that you have from this credit card that you're not paying a fee for, and you can say, hey, if I do these same spending habits, not changing my life, if I apply it to this Amex Gold, is this going to cover the annual fee of this card? And if the answer is no, you don't need the card. There's so many other credit. If you're trying to get more capital, you can do a line of credit. You can go, which by the way has lower interest rates. Now it's calculated different, but it has lower interest rates. Or you can get another $0 annual fee credit card from a different bank. But don't chase these shiny credit cards so that you can go to the store and drop it on the table and hear the clink from the metal card and feel good about yourself. Because in reality, you're just making yourself poor, right? You can you don't want to put yourself in a position worse off than what you already were. So you need to have a plan. So if I had to list out this plan of elevating myself to an Amex Platinum or Amex Gold or any of Canada's top tier credit cards, I'm always going to start first with ensuring my credit score is above a 680. I don't have any negative derogatory accounts on my credit report. And then next, I'm going to start out with a $0 annual fee credit card. I'm going to hold that card for 2 years. I'm going to make sure in those 2 years I don't have any late payments, that I'm able to keep my utilization below 10%, and I'm always able to pay off the credit card off in full. And then I'm going to do some research. I am going to study. I'm going to look at the cards that I desire and see if I take my current spending habits, not increasing it, and then apply those same spending habits to this new card, can I cover the annual fee? And if the answer is yes, I am going to get the credit card. If the answer is no, I am not going to get the credit card because I'm not going to put myself at a losing position. So this is how you should view things or look at them before you apply for a credit card. Now, if you found this video helpful, again, please like, comment, and share. Also, again, if you need help with your credit, you can send us an email, info@kennyjohnsonuniversity.com. You can also give us a call Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern at 438-803-1002. And until next time,